Up next, a duck hunt with daughter Simone and Raven. Time to hide down there. Here we go.
From a brisk breeze to a classic leaden sky, it seemed like all the ingredients for a ducky day were there. Find out why this year's waterfowl opener was a challenge, even for Raven.
Well, these are the Backlands and an inspiration for a lot of wildlife art. I'm Belinda Jensen. We're going to introduce you to a Minnesota man who helps bring these beautiful Backlands into your living room.
And we'll travel to a prairie paradise where we found not just one, not two, but three kinds of birdie fun. Those stories and more next.
Reporting from the North Country, here's Ron Sherry and Raven the Black Bat.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Raven and I are taking a little walk along a beautiful duck pond here. You know, any time you spend in the duck marsh is rather special, but it's even more memorable when your duck hunting partner also happens to be your daughter.
Does it get any better? A daughter, Simone, tagging along for a duck hunt with Dad on Minnesota's opening day. We begin with a lesson in making decoy spreads.
I'm going to make a cluster of decoys here and then a hole, create a landing spot for them, hopefully.
Wading in marsh muck is a wonderful thing, huh?
I'm going to walk lightly in here, Simone.
Now what to do with the honker decoys?
Maybe I should put them over here. It's always a toss-up. I think I'll put them over there.
Into the wind, Dad, into the wind.
I know.
Daughter Simone helped hide a blind with cattail stalks while Raven panted in anticipation. This opening day had a ducky wind, bobbing decoys, and plenty of apprehension.
The other thing is have ducks come by, and so far, skies are a little empty.
Come some over there.
Hold still, hold still. Okay, there you go.
I missed.
You missed. No bird, Raven, no bird.
Still going. It's like the Energizer Buddy.
The ducks don't have much to worry about over here.
Maybe we needed to move the duck blind. Ducks have good eyes. And so we did.
All right, we'll see if that works a little better. Get ready, Simone. Right low in the water. See him? Here he comes.
I'm using a duck call by world champ Buck Gardner, but I think Simone noticed I'm no Buck Gardner. The ducks seem to judge me a little differently.
Good grief. They're landing over there for. Well, sometimes, Simone, you need a day like this so you can appreciate the good ones, you know?
Being in a duck marsh together lets us bond together. I think there's some families that may enjoy racing, may enjoy camping. I think you and I enjoy hunting. To go duck hunting is different than if you're pheasant hunting or if you're even deer hunting. It's a total different atmosphere. You're near water. You're sitting in a marsh. It's mucky. It's wet. Yet days can be beautiful. Yet days can be rainy and slummy. And you take it for what it's worth.
At last, it was worth a duck.
Good girl.
So the ducks weren't many, but Raven didn't seem to mind. And Simone found her own challenges to ponder.
There's an adrenaline rush when you see a flock of birds coming in, and am I going to miss it or am I going to hit it? My first year, it was Raven's first year out too. We had some decoys out in front of us, and a teal came and landed by himself in the decoys. And he finally got up, and I shot at him twice, and he kept sailing and sailing, and finally he went down, and I sent Raven on a long mark, and she retrieved it, and that was pretty neat.
On this opening day, Simone discovered something more about the traditions of waterfowling. She saw marsh hawks in the air, amid waving cattails, and anxious laughs. And dirty hands that never ruined a tasty sandwich.
Being with your father is your guide. He's here showing you what he knows, what he was taught to do, and now he's passing it along to you.
Some duck openers just don't get any better.
You hear those ducks, Raven? Huh? Hear those ducks? I bet you do. You know, as you might know, Minnesota is a hotbed of wildlife artists. But what you may not know is that the man who introduced the rest of America to wildlife art is a man named Bill Webster from Lake City, Minnesota. Belinda Jensen has his story.
Do you ever wonder how wildlife art starts in the backlands, goes into the artist's mind, then onto the canvas, and then onto your living room wall? Well, we're going to meet a Minnesota man who's been quietly completing that complicated process.
Bill Webster.
In the world of wildlife art, Bill Webster is a master who paints without a brush.
So I started collecting the duck stamps, and then when I was in service during World War II, my father collected the stamps for me. And when I got out, I really had a strong interest in doing something as a collectible.
Today, more than 3 decades later, Webster's collection has evolved into a busy enterprise known as Wild Wings. Headquarters is an expansive 20,000 square foot gallery on the banks of